For more, let's bring in Jeff Kilburg, KKM Financial founder and CEO, a CNBC contributor. It's almost like having this shopping list and thinking, oh, I can't afford that, I can't afford it, and waiting for it to go on sale.
You're absolutely right, Contessa. And I wouldn't say that the damage is done necessarily in some of these AI-themed big tech names. I think just some profit-taking has occurred. We've seen 2 consecutive weeks of profit-taking. The jitters really were spurred by the uncertainty what the Fed is going to do. In my opinion, if the Fed cuts in December or January, it's immaterial. But I look at Oracle. Oracle's a great example. I'm looking at Palo Alto Network. We're looking at Intel and Tesla. I'm going to put Tesla off to the side because it just dipped negative. But Oracle, for example, has seen just a sensational move higher. A 52-week range contests of $118 up to $345. It almost hit $1 trillion in market cap. After this 40% pullback, technically, it just kissed the 2-day moving average this morning. Now it's bouncing up there. 227 was the high today. Oracle's a name with their backlog of revenue. That's a name I think you can own on a discount if you haven't been along for the ride thus far.
All right, you're also looking at Tesla. We were just showing that stock. Can we put that Tesla back up? Palo Alto Networks and Intel as well in this group. Why?
Yeah, and I think Palo Alto Network is only up about 12% year to date, but this is kind of a sleepy tech name. Cybersecurity is going to go nothing but up moving forward. Intel, it's that essential U.S. chip maker. We've seen a lot of support and partnership with the U.S. government. I'm still kind of unclear on how I feel about the U.S. government owning 10% of Intel, but nonetheless, I think as we see more and more partnerships, Intel's going to move higher. But Tesla is a name I believe in longer term, but I love trading this name. The volatility in this is sensational. You have to have the stomach for it. We saw it go up, and I was selling calls at $500 just about 3 weeks ago, and here we are dipping under $400. But I believe in Tesla, the robotics theme. I think it's actually one of the purest AI plays out there, but Tesla has to have a stomach. I put all the politics to the side, Contessa, and I'm just looking for a pure play. I think Tesla has the ability to back and fill and break out back above that 480 level.
You know, it seems like if there was a theme to this particular hour, boring might be it. I hate to say that, but one of my previous guests said, look, let's talk about some of the boring names, those that pay dividends. We're seeing the blue chips with increased inflows right now as we're seeing the rotation. So you've got Boeing, you've got Waste Management, you've got Lockheed Martin, and those are all names that you're looking at closely.
Those are all names that we call essential. If you look at the ticker on my sleeve here, this is what we have in the Essential 40 ETF. So these are boring blue chip names, but you think about CME Group, think about Boeing, Lockheed Martin, as well as Waste Management. Those don't have a lot of sizzle to them, but those are workhorses. And when you see markets like we saw from the Liberation Day low, people sell the Palantirs, they sell the Nvidias, but they tend to hoard these essential names. It's kind of like a Peter Lynch 2.0, if you will, Contessa. These names are really important because it's buy what you need, buy what we believe is essential to the U.S. economy. So these boring blue chip names, they will continue to see rotation. We have not seen it today, but you have seen this de-risking, this de-leveraging from the market vulnerability of the Mag 7 into some of these blue chip names. That's why you're going to see a little bit more of a value run up towards the end of the year.
Speaking of rotation, the VIX is like a tornado. We saw a 20% intraday move higher yesterday, top 3 move this year alone. You've got that, and you're putting a 7,100 target on the S&P 500 this year. That would be 5% higher. Explain the volatility and your target.
Well, you're really smart to bring up yesterday's move. It's not getting a lot of attention because the VIX is only at 20, Contessa, but we have seen the 3rd largest move intraday. It was up over 20%. I think it caught a lot of people off guard. People are continuing to think that the AI theme is just going to move the market higher. But as you know, markets don't move in a straight line. So this back end fill, if you think about the QQQs, the NASDAQ 100 ETF, it was up 50%, over 50% from that Liberation Day low of April 8th. So to see a little bit of a back and fill, it almost was down 5% since it's rebounded, but it was almost down 5% in the last 2 days. That's an entry opportunity. So I see the S&P 500 being led by tech again, but also seeing some broadening, going back up to 7,100. I think it's going to be a Santa Claus rally, and it's happening soon.